guys, it's Esperia here, and this is the first time you hear my voice. As you know, I usually prefer the music on my videos because I think my English is not so good, so I apologize for any mistake you will note. This is also my first tutorial because I want to show you how to create a base template you can use for different kinds of journals or albums, and even if the scheme is the same, you can apply it on a lot of different projects, changing the paper collection, the style, the colors, the embellishments, and so on. I am also glad to announce that I'm working on my Etsy store, and I think it will be ready for opening at early 2021. So stay tuned, you will receive news very soon. But now, come back to this video. This tutorial will help you to create the main structure base of your journal or album in 15 for 21 centimeters, approximately A5 size, but I promise I will realize a tutorial video for each one of my collection uploaded on my store. For this video, I'm going to use a paper collection which is not mine, but it's by First Edition, and it's the beautiful Mulberry Kisses paper pad, 8 by 8 inches. For this session, you need to prepare the following things. I will put the list below. 3 A4 size sheets in 3 different colors according with the main colors of your collection. 1 coffee dyed paper sheet in A4 size, 3 coffee dyed paper envelopes, choose the size you prefer, a smaller page which measures 18 for 13.5 centimeters. This is all you need for the moment. Let's go. Let's start with folding in half the first A4 sheet, which will become a large pocket between the pages of our journal. In this case, it's preferable to attach just the side borders using the adhesive tape and not the glue to make the junctions more resistant and cleaner. Then we can fold the other 2 A4 sheets, one for each colors we choose in coordination with our paper collection. Fold them with attention because the edges must match precisely. Now we must fold a coffee dyed sheet in 2 parts, one at 12.5 centimeters from above and one at 2.5 centimeters from below. Fold them carefully and then cut off the part that measures 12.5 centimeters. You must keep it for later, it's important. Now you need to grab your 3 coffee dyed paper envelopes in the size you prefer, it's not important. I choose these ones, 16 for 11.5 centimeters. Then we need to prepare a sheet in approximately A5 size. It must measure 13.5 centimeters for the base and 21 centimeters for the height. Fold the edge on the top of this sheet at 2 centimeters to create a little flip. Well, now we have the main structure of our journal, so we can start to assemble it. Glue the 2 sides of the first pocket you made, each one with a side of the 2 A4 sheets you folded at first. Pay attention to make everything fit together accurately. Now we have 2 pages, a large pocket and another 2 pages. Then take the 2 parts of the coffee dyed paper sheet you cut before. You have to glue the one with the little flip behind the first page of your journal in this way. Use the second part of coffee dyed paper sheet to create a pocket on the last page of your journal. In this case, we must use adhesive tape to make the pocket more resistant. Now it's time to grab one of the paper envelopes. Glue the flip of the envelope and attach it on the right side of the last page of the journal, centered. You got another cute flip out. But we have not finished with this page. Take the A5 size sheet and glue the little flip on the top border of the page. And these are your double flips ready. To complete the main structure of our journal, we need to take the other two paper envelopes and attach them each other, leaving an opening between them to create a little pocket. To make this, use 3 adhesive tape strips on the 3 side borders of the envelope. Leave the 2 flips of the envelopes free. Now, to complete the main structure, you simply have to glue one flip of these envelopes on the edge of the last page, centered in this way. As you can see, you have a flip left alone. Now you have 2 possibilities. If you like the template as it is and you prefer a mini journal as this one, you can finish and glue this flip directly on a cover. We will see it in the next video how to create the cover for this journal. Otherwise, if you want a larger journal, you must use this flip to join this template to another one, and then to another one, and so on, as many times as you like. My tip is to repeat this structure for 5 times for a medium journal album size, or 10 times for a large and huge journal album size. I decided to create a medium-sized journal, so I prepared the other 4 of this template to have 5 parts repeat in total, and we will see how to join them in the next video. You will see that the layout, the template, the scheme is always the same, but the final result will always be different and satisfying for each journal you will create, according to the style of the paper collection you will choose, the colors and the theme, and obviously the decorations and embellishments you will add to customize your work. So enjoy your creative process without fear and improve your artistic skills every time, every journal, a little more. Hi guys, here we are for the second part of our tutorial. In the last video we saw how to easily create the basic template of the journal, and we created 5 booklets as modules repeated, ready to assemble to create the main structure. I decided off camera to coffee dye each page of my booklets so that I got this grungy and aged effect and this lovely crackling sound of the paper. I will probably do the same with each insert too. I also decided to reinforce the joints of the paper envelopes and the one of the lined flip page. You don't need to do it if you choose a thicker paper for every part of the journal, but I prefer to diversify to have a final result of different textures and weights of the paper. Well, I also recommend to add a final touch to the basic pages, distressing all the borders and then inking them a bit. I'm using this vintage photo ink pad by Tim Holtz. Now we can finally assemble our 5 booklets to create our journal. You simply have to use a strip of adhesive tape on the flip of the last envelope of each booklet, reinforcing with some glue, and then attach it on the first page of the following booklet. Repeat for 5 times. Pay attention to put it well centered and check that the 2 parts fit perfectly. It's very important. Finally, you will have the basic structure of your journal. It's really satisfying to see it taking a shape, and I love the smell of the coffee in the air and on my hands. Now we are ready to prepare the cover. First, you need a coffee dyed sheet in A4 size and other two coffee dyed paper envelopes. Fold the A4 sheet and then cut it in half to get two smaller pages. Now grab your two envelopes and attach them each other, again leaving an opening between them to create a little pocket. To make this, use 3 B-adhesive tape strips on the 3 side borders of the envelope and leave the 2 flips of the envelopes free. Now you simply have to glue one flip of the envelope on the edge of the first page, well centered. It's time to attach the two smaller pages, one on the flip of the first envelope and one on the flip of the last envelope. You will need them to join your journal to the cover. Take a thicker cardstock for the cover. It must be 35 for 22 centimeters. Now you must measure 15 centimeters from the left side and 15 centimeters from the right side of the cardstock. Fold it in these two lines so that you will have a space of 5 centimeters between the two parts, which will become the spine of your journal. Then you can apply a covering coordinated with the color and the style of the collection you chose. I decided to use some fabric for my cover to adding a different texture, but the process is the same if you decide to use a paper sheet. I'm cutting my fabric a little bit bigger than the cardstock, and then I simply fold the excess on the internal border of the cover, in each side, gluing everything very well and accurately. I decided to use large B-adhesive tape strips together with the liquid glue. In this way you get a strong fixing between the covering and the cardstock base. Once you finish casing your cover with fabric or paper, you must add a main decorative element both in the front and in the back. I chose a matte blank page in a coordinated color and a second matte page a little bit smaller to have a dimensional effect in another coordinated color but with a different texture. In this case this is a green rice paper page. The tip is always to distress and ink every part for a better result. Then I want my journal close with a fabric string, so I prepared a long strip from the same fabric of the cover and I incorporated it between the first coat of the cover and the other two additional decorative elements. Our cover is now finally finished, but we will apply it to our journal later. Now the main structure of our journal is done and the cover is ready. Let me give you just another little tip. To complete and finish well our work, put into the internal page of the cover 2 blank sheets of neutral cardstock. I always prefer a craft cardstock, and a strip of the same cardstock also in the internal side of the spine. In this way your work will be clean and tidy. In the next video we will have a lot of fun because it's time to dress the pages with the collection paper and give the artistic style to our project. The following My tip is to distress and ink every page and insert from the collection sheets, and to coffee dye and ink every blank page you will use. This will help you to coordinate the grungy style and make the whole project interesting and with a fascinating aged and shabby look. We saw how to start just creating a basic booklet from coffee paper sheets and repeating the process for 5 times to get 5 booklets. Then we joined these 5 booklets in one main structure to create the body of the journal or album, but remember you can choose to have more or less booklets as you prefer. Then we built the cover and prepared all the inserts and paper mats to complete the journal, and today it's time to use them to dress the pages with the collection we chose. I strongly recommend to see the other 2 videos if you did not, because it's impossible to have a good final result without following the steps of the process. But stop chatting, time to craft. Let's start with dressing our pages using our paper mats from the collection. As you can see, I'm using both adhesive strips and sticky glue to get a stronger and cleaner fixing. This is a really funny and satisfying part of the process because you can see your project getting a look, a color and a style. I used to attach the internal part of the first and the last page and then proceed with other pages. Once you finish the bigger pages, it's time to use our paper strips from the collection. You simply have to put two little strips of adhesive tape behind the top and bottom border to get a belly band. Attach each one of them in the internal page of each booklet. Go next and grab your coffee-dyed squared paper to cover the pocket we created in the last session. Glue it one for each booklet. This will be a good space for writing or drawing or journaling, very useful for your work. Then we can use the blank pages we prepared to put them into the belly bands. Now it's time to cover and reinforce the lined paper used for the flip page. For this, we are going to use the coffee-dyed paper mats, attaching them with adhesive and glue. To create a dimensional effect and give more color and thickness to this flip page, add a smaller paper mat from the collection over the coffee-dyed paper we just attached. in the same page of the journal because it's time to dress the internal part of the flip envelope. For this, we are going to use another coffee-dyed paper mat, perfect for writing or putting some picture. Glue it accurately. Then we must dress the other flip envelope, and this time we can use a paper mat in a color coordinated with the collection. Always remember to distress and ink all the borders of each page and insert to give this nice grungy and shabby effect. Now repeat the same process with the internal part of the same flip envelope, this time using a simple coffee-dyed paper mat, a little bit thicker, attaching it with the adhesive tape. Then we need to fill the large pockets we created in our journal, so we need to put some blank inserts inside them. Choose a color coordinated with the collection. In this case, I chose a beautiful intense purple, and I applied a double face on the back using a coffee-dyed lined paper to make them useful for journaling. Now we need other 5 large inserts for the big secret pocket we created in each booklet. In this case, I want to put some paper clips on the side of the inserts. I chose a light pink coffee-dyed paper, always inked and distressed, and I applied a double face on the back, using again a lined paper as an extra space to journal. Be careful to gluing the clips one time on the left side and one time on the right side of the insert to balance the final result. We have almost done, but we still need some smaller inserts to put them inside our flip envelopes pockets. Choose coordinated paper mats and some smaller mats from the collection to have a dimensional and rich effect. Before attaching them each others, glue a paper clip on the external border of the blank mats. Once you finished, easily put these cute little inserts inside each flip envelope of the journal. Here we are at the last step. Prepare some extra paper sheets, always in a coordinated color, always coffee dyed and inked and distressed, and glue a paper clip on the top border of each one of them. Then grab some nice metal clips. I chose these golden drop clips. Now open your journal at the page of the triple folio and put the insert inside the internal part of the flip page, holding it with the metal clip to add a nice and useful decorative element to the journal. Well, we finished it. We dressed our journal and we can see it became a beautiful and complete work. Now it's time for the cover. You simply have to put the adhesive strips on the first and on the last guide pages, so important to attach the cover on our album. Add some liquid glue to make the fixing really strong, and then, with attention, glue a side first and then the other side. Checking that the pages match perfectly and that the spine is free to move. Our work for this session is ended. But we have not finished it with this project, because I want to show you how to decorate it and include an interesting and unique template for flips, pockets, windows, secret rooms, ephemera and tags. This template is a creation of mine and you will find it available very soon on my new Etsy store, as I announced in the first video. Meanwhile, I'm happy to show you how to use and have fun with it in the next video. Please write me your questions in the comments if you have something you didn't understand. Today I'm really excited and happy to show you my own template, which will be available very soon in my new Etsy shop. We are going to use it in this session to give to our journal a lot of interesting elements as pockets, belly bands, flip pages, secret rooms, windows, ephemera, tags, and so on. Let's see how to have fun with this template. Obviously, and this is a very important thing to say, I will show you my own artistic vision and my way to use every part, but this template is really adaptable and everyone can modify, alter, change and customize every single element according to the personal style and the collection chosen. I just want to show you how much fun you can get with this template. So let's go. As you can see, after cutting every shape, I always ink all the borders and the edges. Pay attention to fold the edges very well, so that gluing them will be cleaner and easier. After prepared all the edges, use the adhesive strips along the borders to fix them on the pages. Then you must cover the back side of every tag, insert and ephemera, and my tip is to use the collection scraps or blank paper coordinated with the collection. Everything could be decorated in a second time with every kind of embellishments and materials as fabric, trims, wooden chipboards, cutouts, metal elements, but also with different artistic techniques as stencil, stamping, decoupage, mixed media, and so on. The possibilities are endless. You can also add labels with words or sentiments or single images to create focal points. There is no limit to your creativity. Now that we have prepared all the inserts and ephemera, we are ready to put them inside our journal and decide how to play with them. I think this is the most funny part of the entire work. So let's play with me. We used all the elements of the template and our journal or album is finally completed. Let's take a fast final look at our work. I think it's really cute and articulated project, but as I said, this is just a version, my personal version of it. Because with this tutorial and my template, you can play and transform this project in your own artwork, keeping the basic structure but changing every time the collection, the style, the decorations, the colors, the embellishments, and so on. Hi guys, we got it! We have arrived at the last part of the tutorial and we have our wonderful project almost completed. I finished up my journal off camera, adding decorations and embellishments inside the pages. I'm going to show you right now. But first, I want to decorate the cover together with you. I'm going to use the following elements: wooden chipboards, paper cutouts in flower shapes, some scraps from the collection, a label with the name I chose for my journal, and some other nice stuff you will see. Let's go! that's it. My beautiful Mulberry Kisses journal is finally finished and I really love it, especially for its smell, which is coffee smell mixing with paper and ink smell, really nice. Now it's time to take a look to our work and enjoy the final result. Let's flip through together. As you can see, I enriched and filled my journal with a plenty of different materials and techniques: fabric, stencil, stamps, labels, wooden embellishments, glitter accents, magnets, and so on. I think the result is really satisfying. I really hope you liked this work and my tutorials to make it. I apologize again for any mistake in my English. I remember you that you will find 5 videos of 5 sessions for this project on my channel from the start to the end to create your own journal or album, adapting it to every kind of style or collection you prefer. Probably I will upload in the next days also a unique long video which will include all the 5 parts so that you can watch it all in one time. Don't forget to check and let me know if you have troubles or questions in the comments. I will answer as soon as possible. Stay tuned for my news because my Etsy store is going to be ready very soon, and this tutorial will help you so much to use all the collections available on my store and have a lot of fun with them. Thanks for watching. Bye!